The video you're about to see was edited on the Video Toaster Flyer nonlinear editing system. All the animation was created with Lightwave 3D, both from Newtek. Remember how it used to be? Yeah, not so long ago. When a few chosen souls controlled virtually all the powers of production. When many of us didn't even dare to dream.
I used to set tile. I was the assistant manager of a swimming pool company 5 years ago.
I didn't really have a career before Lightwave. I kind of floated from kind of technical job to technical job.
When just about the only doors open to those of us without cloud or connections open in the back.
I was a news guy in Kansas.
I was a cameraman for about 7 years, doing corporate stuff, working in the freelance wasteland, as it were.
There were only 3 chances to get into show business. That was ABC, CBS, or NBC, and I snuck in the back window.
Up until recently, it's been in the hands of very few.
For those who did get in the door, the cost and complexity of production meant a lengthy period of indentured servitude in someone else's medium, on someone else's message.
I got to animate some rocks sliding in the background on a commercial.
20 years ago was done a large black stage with curtains and a very tired crew drinking cold coffee, watching little model spaceships go by, 15, 18 hours at a time.
So I would just spend my days gluing together plastic spaceships for cheap TV shows back home.
I had no real hand in how I looked or what I did, really. I didn't produce, I didn't direct, I didn't light, I didn't edit. And I watched other people take my performances and put them on the cutting room floor.
But then came the revolution. You remember the video toaster revolution from Newtek.
All I could think about was a toaster for 2 or 3 months. I just lay awake at night fantasizing about having a toaster.
Not since Gutenberg had a single technology so liberated the powers of thought, of expression, of action.
This thing has just opened my mind.
It has literally changed my life. I make close to 7 times more money than I did 6 years ago.
Hollywood has always been the place to go, and I would never have accomplished it had it not been for Lightwave.
It's kind of a rush being here, doing movie work with Lightwave.
5 or 6 years, I've had an actual career. It's like now I actually introduce myself as Gina DeBerry, animator.
There's only certain things you can do with Play-Doh and real props and so forth. In this world, the imagination is the limit.
I could literally sit here and do an entire movie, if I had the time, which I hope to someday, right at this desk.
Yeah, the revolution is on. But more meaningful than revolution are results. And the result of the Newtek revolution, the most powerful result, has been freedom.
Freedom, 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 freedom,
freedom, freedom, freedom to be free.
The revolution began in Kansas a few years ago.
Home of John Brown, the Radicals, fertile ground.
The premise was simple, but all the production tools you need to create great video right on your desktop.
Due to the TV studio with a PC to the mainframe.
The premise is simple. The execution is anything but. We were creating something that never existed before.
But at Newtek, no one cared about before.
We cared about after, about tomorrow.
About the toaster. Tomorrow's product in your hands right now. With character generation.
Yeah, it was a breakthrough.
Digital video effects, more than 600 in all.
Too many to think of showing. Dissolves, wipes, flips, moves still unnamed. Almost nothing you couldn't do.
My bedroom was painted chroma key blue, and had a chroma keyer hooked up to the toaster. And we'd just go out and shoot wild footage, put it through chroma effects and chroma key bands over it playing. And we had more rock bands out of our bedroom, in this chroma keyed little bedroom, in fantastic animated places. It was really fun. We kind of called myself like a guerrilla video maker at that point.
Yeah, a luminance keyer.
At your own desktop. Stunning.
3D modeling and animation.
The paradigm shift. Remember?
A user-friendly 4-input switcher.
A radical concept. The heart of the revolution.
But revolution is just process.
Like the American Revolution.
It never stops.
Not till freedom is fully achieved.
One of the greatest things about the toaster and Lightwave is it allows you to exercise your imagination in ways that you couldn't without it.
Freedom of the mind, of the soul, of the will.
In order to be free, you have to be able to take in the whole range of projects, whether they're big, small, or in between. And that's definitely what the Lightwave and Video Toaster System and Flyer allow you to do.
Freedom of the marketplace.
Freedom.
Singing freedom, 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 freedom.
They say we once had the freedom to roam.
Solo if we chose.
Some say those days are over. There's nowhere to go.
All the going is gone.
But then again, some folks have never heard,
not a word,
of Lightwave 3D.
From Newtek.
So lose the backpack, brother.
Yeah, lose the attitude.
On this journey, all you need is your imagination.
Yeah, and Lightwave 3D. The all-in-one photorealistic animation system from Newtek.
And where can Lightwave 3D take you?
Where can it not?
Anywhere you want to go. Under the sea.
Or across the sea.
On the Titanic.
Yeah, the Titanic.
Watch out for the iceberg. They don't melt in your mouth.
Not in your hands either.
It can take you into outer space.
Right, Babylon 5.
Or on a journey within to worlds yet unexplained or unexplored. More than half the 3D you see on TV originates in Lightwave. And now you can do it all at your desk. Graphics for corporate videos, commercials, video games, TV shows, feature films, whatever you have in mind.
Any possible world, any possible creature, any possible animation you can conceive, you can do.
The layout is like a stage where you can move lights around and the camera and the objects in real time. And you could also, a lot of happy accidents could happen with Lightwave.
We brought Lightwave's goals, methodology, and approach to digital domain. Very fast, very efficient, very production-oriented software. And it has become one of our principal and most favored renderers within the facility at this point.
Lightwave's everything that we do. It's 100%, we use it for 100% of the effects we do. We haven't yet found something that we cannot do in Lightwave with the artists that we have.
So I've been able to go into the 3D world of Mr. Bill, and it's kind of fun to think how to destroy him in the computer.
Lightwave has been probably one of the most important tools to come along in the effects business as far as I'm concerned.
That to me is freedom. The freedom to create without having to worry so much about cost or without worrying about sizes of equipment. It's really quite wonderful to have that flexibility.
Freedom indeed. The all-powerful broadcast emporia is losing its grip, reduced now to a metaphor in the mind of a Newtek animator named Jason. An evil empire, my friend?
No, not really. It's not really an evil empire at all. It's more like a stage of evolution, like the monasteries before, where they kept all of the information before the new technology gave the power to the people.
You're not going to blow the mother up.
No, we're not going to blow it up. We're just going to open it up.
Freedom.
Freedom, 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 freedom.
At Newtek, to fulfill the promise of the revolution, we created a tapeless nonlinear editing system, the Flyer, that streamlines assembly, clarifies the mind, and lets freedom of expression soar, the Video Toaster Flyer.
This, with the flyer and being able to just move your shots around. It's just the way it's supposed to be without having to keep track of those little tiny pieces of film that used to, fly around the room, and it's great.
And now with a flyer where I can edit and put in my own sound effects, it is an entire movie studio.
A movie studio in a box. I mean, you've got Lightwave to produce your effects, you've got the flyer to edit it all together. The only thing you need is a good script.
It's so easy. If I can do it, as dense as I am, anybody can do it.
I could probably take over a small third world nation with this equipment here. It's a very powerful system.
Anybody with a brain and a mouse can run this thing.
So buckle up your seatbelt, friends. Open up your mind and let the flyer take you places you've never been before. The centralized media no longer rule, my friends. We no longer serve. Boob tubers we refuse to be. We couch potatoes, sprout wings.
Why sit passively and be an audience when you could be looking at this screen and be participating and creating something?
This silent majority grows bold and noisy. We dare to seek out monsters more powerful than the batteries in our Game Boys and slay them.
Lightwave, I think, can make producers out of observers.
Why consume when you can produce? Why vegetate when you can create? To arms, citizens, to arms. Man your toasters, mount your flyers, ride Lightwave beyond the horizon.
That's the true freedom to me. The true freedom is, not having really anyone to tell you what to do, but having the freedom to do what you think is right and do what you want to do.
Freedom. Freedom. Freiheit.
Anything I can imagine, anything I can dream, I can do it.
Freedom. Freedom.
Having a copy of Lightwave on your PC, on your SG, on whatever, basically gives you the freedom to make a multi-million-dollar movie with no budget whatsoever.
Libertad. Freedom.
Lightwave has given the freedom to a lot of filmmakers to be able to create these kinds of visuals.
Freedom. Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom, how you doing? I'm from New York. We like freedom there.
Liberdade. Liberdade.
Wow, I am so lucky. I can't believe I get to do this for a living and get paid for it.
Freedom.
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 There's no glass ceiling, you can go anywhere you want as far as your imagination, as your talent can take you.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Create, my friends. Produce, sail, soar. Assert your rights as a citizen. And set yourself free.
Freedom, 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 freedom. Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. Sometimes I feel just like I'm motherless. A long way home, Lord, Lord, singing freedom, 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 freedom.